Hey YouTube, iCraft here. In this video, I'm going to be telling you everything that's new in Minecraft 1.5. So if you don't know, Minecraft 1.5 was pre-released today, which is the 7th of March, on Mojang.com. It's not out through the launcher yet, which this is going to be the same version which will be released on the release date, which I'll tell you at the end of the video. But you can download this on the website, link will be in the description below, just if you want to try it out. So if you didn't see any of my snapshot videos, then this is a chance because everything's pretty much going to be included in here. But I'll also link you to all of the snapshot videos in the description below in case you missed any of them, because I'm not going to go through every single feature of all of this in here. So definitely check out the snapshot videos as well. So yeah, first of all, we have the Redstone Comparator. So basically, this is just for wiring redstone. I have really no idea how it works, to be honest. All I know is you can do this sort of thing with it, and redstone goes in, redstone comes out. That's pretty much it. I don't really know what it does. Something about if there's a redstone signal going in two sides, it'll be output, or if there's one, it won't be, something like that. But yeah, that's a redstone comparator. I'm sure a lot of people will be able to use that in redstone wiring stuff. So a more interesting thing is a hopper. Now basically what it does, it looks like this, and basically it removes items from a container and puts them into another container, and you can also drop items on top of it, which I'll show you in a minute. So here's a cool idea for a little automatic furnace. So as you can see in here, I just got some coal ore because it's quite quick. If I was to put this in here, as you can see, it'll smelt, and if you watch carefully, when it finishes, just give it a second and it should just be done. So when it finishes, the coal will output here, and as you can see, it disappeared directly, and it's now in this chest. So basically what the hopper does is it sucks the items out of the furnace, out of the completed side, like so, and it puts them in the chest. So it's pretty cool. It's good for doing that. So as you can see, you can also have this sort of thing. So if I get some stone, if I drop items in here, okay, right. First of all, I'll just show you this. If I drop items in here, if I can actually get it, as you can see, it'll go in and it'll insert into the chest. But you can also activate these through redstone. So if you wanted to turn this sort of thing on or off, you just add a lever, turn it off, and as you can see, things won't actually go in. You could put them in like this, but they won't be sucked out. And when you turn this on, they will start being sucked out into the chest. So that's pretty cool. I'm sure you can find a lot of things you can do with the dropper since it is really useful. And here we go, we have a dropper. So basically what this does is it's very similar to a dispenser, but well, basically it's a dispenser. There's not really any differences with it, and I've heard that this is going to be replacing the dispenser soon, and the dispensers will get a new functionality. So map makers might want to be alert on that, but I'm not sure if that's true or not. That's just what I've heard. So basically, as you can see, it looks like a dispenser. If I get a dispenser out here, there it is. Okay, so as you can see, if I get the dispenser out, you can see they look pretty much the same. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So as you see, it's the same thing inside a dropper. You simply activate it, items come out. Pretty simple. But there's obviously some difference between this and a dispenser. Say for instance, if I had a dispenser facing upwards, which I'll show you more in depth in a minute, with arrows in it. As you can see, if I was to activate this, the arrows will shoot up and they'll come down. So that's a pretty simple one. But you could also, like, if you have them in a dropper like this, they won't actually come out, they'll just come out as entities. So that, yeah, that's one thing you would want to note there. So as you can see, droppers and dispensers can now also face all directions, so you can face up and down if you didn't notice there. So you can now face up, down, and every side, obviously, since that's default. So yeah, that's droppers, and you can also put stuff into containers. That's one thing I missed. So if I was to put down a chest here, and as you can see, there's some stone in here. If I start doing this, as you can see, it'll turn up in the chest. So that's pretty cool. Also, there's some new carts and some tracks. So here is a TNT cart, which by default it's just a TNT cart. The only way to set it off is with an activator rail. So I'll show you that in a minute, actually, since I've got a few other things. There's also another hopper cart, which is basically the same as the regular hopper. It goes over a hopper, which is on a mine. Like if you have a minecart track on a hopper, which you can do, then an item hopper goes over it, it'll suck items out of the item hopper and put them into a container. So let me show you what I mean by that. So if I was to just drop some of these in here, as you can see, they'll go in and they'll turn up in this chest. They'll be sucked out, and it's pretty simple. So yeah, that's pretty much that. There's not much to it, but that's good for minecart stuff. And here's the activator rail. So this basically activates TNT minecarts, and you can activate it with redstone. So if I go over here, I've just got a little thing over here. It's just over here so that the explosion doesn't cause any damage to that stuff. So if I get a minecart with TNT, place that here, and as you can see here, it'll just go along here, and the activator rail is turned off. So nothing happened. Let me just set today. So if I was to remove that, go back over here, do this again, and if I turn the activator rail on, then it turns red, like so. I can press that, and as you see, when it goes over it, the TNT fuses, and as you can see, will explode. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a feature I really like that they've added. There's also, I think there's been a lot of mods that do this as well. So yeah, it's finally good that they actually added it in. So the next thing is a daylight sensor. So basically what it does is during daylight it'll send a redstone signal. So yeah, the more light there is, the stronger the signal will be. So at night it'll have hardly any signal to none. So here, basically what you could do is you could have some wire going off of here. You could have a torch on a block so that when this is activating the block, it turns off the torch, and then you could have some lamps coming off the torch. So if you set the time to night, as you can see, the redstone signal is much weaker, and in a few seconds this will go and the lamps should turn on. So just give it a second and it will go. There you go. As you can see, the lamp's now on. So this is going to be really good for making villages and stuff, because it's going to be an automatic lighting system. So yeah, that's a feature I really like, and I think will come in handy for a lot of people. And as you can see, if I switch it back to day, the lamps will turn off. So that's pretty cool, and definitely like that. So there's definitely a lot of possibilities for this daylight sensor. Next thing is the trapped chest. So this basically looks like a normal chest. The only graphical difference is it's got this little red bit around the lock sort of thing there. But yeah, as you can see, it looks exactly the same, but what it does is it outputs a redstone signal when you open it. So as you can see, this redstone torch is going off when I open it because it's sending a signal through this wire to the block which is turning off the torch. That's just an example, and it only sets off a 1 block signal, so just bear that in mind. So what you could do here, as you can see, I've just got a little trap chest set up here, and you could have some gifts in this. It's good for custom maps. So you have a gift in here, and you can see they'll take it out, and while they're still in the chest, maybe, boom, they blow up and they die. So yeah, that's a nice little trap that you can have. I'm sure a lot of people on servers that don't have TNT banned would enjoy using that, so it's a pretty cool feature. So another feature here is weighted pressure plates. So as you can see, these are basically pressure plates that are activated by putting items on them. So as you can see, the gold one here that we have is the weighted pressure plate light, and you also have an iron one that looks like that is a heavy one. So the light one will take less items to send a stronger signal. So the more items that are on it, the stronger the signal will be. As you can see, it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and as you can see, it goes up and up as you put items on it. If I was to drop the whole stack on, as you can see, it's quite a strong signal. Whereas if we was to drop 1 on here, you get 1 block signal. And if you keep dropping them on, as you can see, it's still 1 block, and you have to drop quite a lot to get 2 blocks. If I drop the whole stack, that's only just 2 blocks. So let's drop a few stacks on here. Let's just drop some stacks. Okay, so as you can see, it's like like 2 blocks for 2 stacks, something like that, or 1 block for 2 stacks. Sorry. So yeah, that's pretty cool. It's just for good for having custom maps where you have to enter a certain amount of items to unlock a door or something like that. So that's a pretty cool feature, and I definitely like that one. Redstone block, as you probably noticed before, you cannot move a redstone torch with a piston. So as you can see, I've just got a sticky piston set up with a redstone block, and this redstone block is crafted, I believe, with just either 9 or 4 pieces of redstone in a crafting table, and it outputs a redstone signal. So as you can see here, it's the redstone block here is put up to a sticky piston. If I activate the sticky piston, as you can see, the block will go forward and activate this redstone. And if I turn off the sticky piston, as you can see, no signal to the redstone. So that's going to be really good for more automatic piston sort of things. So I definitely like this one. It's a really cool feature, and it'll make there less need for these sort of things. So yeah, that's kind of cool. And the next thing is Nether Brick item. So as you can see, as you already know, Nether Brick is a block which you find in Nether fortresses. So as you can see, if I can find it, where is it? I don't even know where it is. Well, yeah, Nether Brick is basically what you find. There we go. So it's basically this. It's made to like make automatic Nether fortresses in a Nether, and it's pretty cool just for making those things. But it was never a way to actually craft it. You just had to go to Nether and get it. So I'm not entirely sure how you get these bricks, but you can now have Nether bricks, simple like normal bricks, like these normal bricks, but you now have Nether bricks as well. So if you go in here, you can just put 4 of these in a crafting table, and you can get the Nether brick. So as you can see here, or like this, as you can see, you'll get Nether brick from this. So that's pretty cool. Cool thing to try, and it's just an easier way to get Nether brick. Also, there is now a Nether brick slab. There wasn't this before, but basically you just put 3 Nether brick in a crafting table, and you get 6 Nether brick slabs. So that's pretty cool. Not too big an improvement, but it's a nice improvement too, just for building purposes. And there's also a new thing called Nether quartz. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm not entirely sure how you pronounce it. But basically, it's a new ore that is spawning in the Nether. So as you probably know, there is no ores currently in 1.4 that spawn in the Nether, but they finally added one that does spawn in the Nether. So as you can see, this is what it looks like. Pretty cool. It's called Nether quartz ore, and it is pretty common. It's literally everywhere in the Nether, so it's not going to be a rare ore, and it's not in under the ground or anything, so it's everywhere in the Nether. And you can have these different kind of blocks. You can have block of quartz, you can have chiseled quartz block, you can have a pillar quartz block. There's even stairs and also slabs. So as you can see, these are going to be really good for designs. A nice alternative to marble, since it looks pretty much the same, since Minecraft does not have marble. So yeah, you make the quartz block. If you find 4 of these in the Nether, this is what the ore drops, and it gets a block. And you can make a lot of things with those. I'll let you check out the crafting recipes yourself. But if we was to head into the Nether, and I'm just going to set my game mode to 0. And as you can see here, if I just get this diamond pick, this is the ore. As you can see, it is pretty much everywhere. There's some over there, there, it's everywhere. So this is quartz ore. If I mine it, as you can see, you get some XP, and you also get some Nether quartz. So it's pretty cool. And you do get quite a lot of XP for mining this stuff. So it's a really good way to get XP. As you can see, it mines relatively fast for an ore with a diamond pick. So yeah, it's pretty cool thing just for design purposes, and it also is used to make redstone comparators, daylight timers, and things like that. So you'll need those to make those. If I just go back through, and I'll show you the next feature. Okay, next thing is custom names, and this works for containers and mobs. So what do you mean? What do I mean by this, you ask? Basically, you can have custom names for things like mobs. So as you can see here, I've got a villager which I've named iPodX142, which is me. You don't look very like, but there you go. But yeah, he is iPodX142, and the way I've done this is I've just got a villager spawn egg. I've put it into an anvil. As you probably know, you can rename stuff in an anvil. So you simply put it in there, and you rename it anything you want. So you can call this one Notch, and as you can see, you'll get a spawn egg that says Notch. So if you spawn this, you see it's just a regular villager, and when you look at it, it says Notch. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I definitely like that. That you can rename these things, and it works with all mobs as well. So if I was to do this with a spider, so I could do Spidey, you can do that. So if I spawn this, as you can see, its name is Spidey, and since it's a hostile mob that spawns in the dark, it has the name as if it was sneaking kind of wall, so you won't be able to see that through walls, obviously. And you can also do it for, say, an Enderman. So you could I hate it when it does that. So Endy, I just call this one. And as you can see, if I spawn it, his name is now Endy. So he's a friendly Enderman, I guess. So yeah, I'll just leave him there. But it also works for containers. So if I was to look in here, as you can see, I've named this chest storage thingy, this furnace oven, and this trap chest, I've named it not a trap chest. So you can do that for a map, just so people know as soon as they open the chest that it is a trap chest and they're about to die. So the way you do this is you get a container, either only one of these, and see as if I place it now, it just says furnace. If I was to put this in here, you could name it anything you want. So you could name it cooker if you wanted to. I name this one oven. But if I place this now, as you can see in the toolbar, it says cooker. If I place this, it'll say cooker right there. Same thing for chests. So yeah, that's pretty cool, and definitely something I recommend for custom map makers. It's really cool. Inventory management. So if you didn't notice me using it before, as you can see, it's a new way to sort out your inventory. So as you can see, I've got a few stacks here, and I could hold right click and drag in a chest or something, and it would work, and it would split up all of these diamonds. So as you can see, it's a really fast way to just organize them, and a really cool way to get them back is just double tap on one in a chest or your inventory, and you get them all in one stack. And it works for any items as well. So like this, like that. So you could also put them like this, and it's pretty cool. And like I said, you can just double click and you get them all back. So it's really cool to use, and I definitely like that. So it's going to be really helpful. So we're coming to the end of this now, and yeah, as you can see on the list of changelogs, as they do every few updates, they've added removed Herobrine. Obviously Herobrine was never in the game, but yeah, there he is. He's still there. Yeah. I also put a notch in there as well, and they had a little baby villager. It was a baby, and then it grew up. So yeah, good for them. So yeah, this Minecraft 1.5 will be released on Wednesday, the 13th of March. So next week from when I'm making this video, 7 days. But you can download this pre-released at mojang.com or from the link in the description below. So yep, that's everything in Minecraft 1.5 that's new. They've also added a scoreboard system, which is /scoreboard. But I go over that more in the snapshot video, so check those out in the description below, which will link you to the playlist. It also adds /effects, which you can add potions effects to. But yeah, I'll go over those more probably in another video, or you can check out the snapshots for those. So yep, that's it. If you like this video, please thumbs up, favorite, and subscribe. Subscribing really helps out, and I definitely appreciate every subscribers. So yep, that's it. I'll see you next video. Peace.